welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using, like I said, these handmade lures that one of my subscribers made me. This is a topwater frog here. Got this nice crankbait here, the square bill, and the other square bill that he made me. So I'm gonna start throwing off the topwater frog just because it's still kind of early in the morning. We're gonna give it a shot and hopefully this works. I don't know what wood it's carved out of, but he did put a little stinger hook there just to kind of see if it needs it or not. Obviously that's optional. I could take it off and on, put it back on. But let's go over here and start trying to throw it around and see how well the action will get through. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and toss it out there. Okay, so it floats. So it comes through the grass fairly well. Got nice popping action. Displaces a lot of water. So I'm just gonna keep working this little top water for a little bit, and then once I think it's, you know, too late for it, then I'll go ahead and grab the square bills. But this topwater frog was definitely, I mean, it's really nice. I like it. I like the action. To me, it works amazing. Even if it's just a pop like this. Kind of just working it like a popper right now. Oh no, I got it. I got it stuck right here. Ooh, I was about to say. Alrighty guys, let's Alrighty guys, I'll pick this frog back up a little bit later, but as of right now, I don't think it's going to be a topwater bite. Never know. When time's changing, everything kind of changes. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pick up the blue little square bill here and see if I can to dial it in. Let me turn my brakes back on because I know that this is one that I was using to pitch the other day, so I don't want to backlash it when I cast. So there it goes guys, casted it out there, and I'm just gonna steady crank, especially in these ponds. There is a whole bunch of submerged grass, but if you just sit here and steady crank it, a lot of times you'll get a bite. Depending on how deep your pond is, you want to keep your rod tip down, and just steady crank them. If your pond is not very deep, you want to keep your rod tip up so that it keeps that square bill from trying not to snag all of the grass and weeds and stuff like that. But for the most part, you can just sit here and crank them. Basically, you just want to sit here and crank down, keep cranking down, and just let that bait run down and give it a couple twitches. Sometimes the bass will react to the twitch. There's different ways you want to crank them. You can grab them, throw them out there, and keep your rod tip down. Crank, 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 pause, keep cranking, pause, keep cranking, pause, crank again, pause, crank again, pause. And you just want to keep doing that. Just keep cranking them, pausing them. Or you could just keep cranking them nice and steady like this, and just seeing the action. These bass are not willing to eat these square bills or this frog that I was throwing around. Maybe we can get them to come out with that. Oh, there we go, guys. There you go. There we go. Woohoo! First little bass. I mean, he is a baby, guys. This little guy is a tiny baby. We're gonna keep throwing this little crankbait around. Thank you, Mr. Keith, for making this one here. He actually asked me what colors I wanted. He knows I'm a big fan of purple and like orange, but it looks really natural, so I feel like that's kind of why that little bass, you know, decided to have a go at it. But one little bass on the crankbaits, custom lures, I'd say they work, guys. I mean, you guys just saw that in action. It wasn't a giant, but still a fish, which is pretty cool to know that I caught one off of these custom baits. Obviously, sometimes the fish are in different moods, so you won't catch something on like top water, and it could very well be like a color thing. So these two crankbaits, I believe they're exact same, obviously just different color. All right, guys, I went ahead and swapped out the Dream Shot, or that other little worm, for the classic Morning Dawn Dream Shot that I love to use. So we'll see if this one produces. I feel like the Morning Dawn color works really well in clear waters, so we're gonna give it a shot. This water's pretty clear to me, honestly. You can see a good distance down under the surface. So we'll be giving this a shot around here and seeing if we can't get a little bite at least. Got one, guys. Got a little bass on this little Dream Shot. We got a second little baby bass here. This one came on the Dream Shot. My weight just snapped off, my drop shot weight. But we're gonna go ahead and get this little guy unhooked here. Guys, go. This is like a little, I'm talking about little spawning baby bass here, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and release this. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and drop him in. There he goes, and he's gone to live another. All right, guys, so we're out here fishing for a little while, and my cousin just landed this monster out of this pond. Check that out. What'd you get him on?
The little swim bait?
Man, that is a monster. Well, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a fairly quick video, but I did manage to catch one fish on that custom lure that Mr. Keith made me. Didn't catch anything on the frog, and did not catch anything on the light blue white square bill. But other than that, the square bills definitely worked. That I'm fully confident that these other lures will work, just depending on the water conditions and how these bass are feeling. We walked around these ponds quite a bit. There's a whole bunch of them on beds. As you can see, my cousin managed to pull out a giant out of a bed. But for the most part, most of these fish guys, they just did not want anything to do with what we were throwing at them. So we've been out here a couple hours. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, and we're gonna go head home. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Obviously, it is a shorter video than normal, but it is what it is today. So until next time, guys, y'all keep on fishing.